I'll remind you that when she took the job, our fitness contributor, Emily Nelson, announced and proclaimed one simple goal. She wanted to inspire you to move your body and enjoy it. Well, Utah stands ready to help make that happen because our state is so beautiful this time of year, which makes it the perfect time to get out, move, and explore. Today, Emily is stepping up to share the best hikes to hit this spring from Logan to St. George. These are some of your faves.
Yes. Which is very hard to narrow down, I'm not gonna lie. I could have gone on for about 20 hikes. They made me narrow it down.
Okay, now she said they kept cutting me. They kept trimming me down.
Yes.
Here's what surprises me just a little bit. I know how much you love to exercise. I know how much you love to move, but you're in group fitness classes all the time. So why do you make time to move and exercise on a hike?
Because Utah is so beautiful. There's so many amazing trails. I do have to force myself because, like you said, I get stuck in the gym so much, but I really in the summer make goals. I make a hiking bucket list. I select a day of the week to get out there because these trails need to be seen. They're so beautiful. They're so fun.
I like the idea of formalizing it, like choosing a day of the week. This is our hiking day. We're going to do it. You've got 3 categories for us today. We're going to talk about kid-friendly hikes, iconic hikes, and then hikes to put on your to-do list.
Yeah,
like
your to-do list.
Your bucket list. So first, take us to Silver Lake.
Yes. Okay. So kid-friendly. I mean, no kids. If you're like my kids, they say boo when I say we're going hiking. But these are 2 that my kids actually get excited about because it's about the adventure with it. So Silver Lake has become very popular. I'm sure everyone listening to this or has been there. I've been going there since I was a small kid. So now it's very crowded, which makes me really sad.
Stay off my path.
Yes, I seriously feel that way.
Coming on TV to talk about it.
I know. A lot of these hikes, people are probably going to get mad at me that I'm talking about and making it more popular. But this is why it is so popular, is because it's a 1-mile loop. There's a boardwalk. Babies can go on it. Grandparents, you can actually push a stroller. I mean, the boardwalk ends, but it's a 1-mile loop, and you get a lot of bang for your buck because the whole time is views, which is just so nice. You don't have to climb up a mountain. And my kid's favorite part is about halfway through on the backside of Silver Lake, there's a rock that goes up, and my kids use it as a climbing wall. So they love to make it to the halfway point, and they get to go up and climb down and go up like they're rock climbing, and I usually have to pull them away from that. So I would suggest going on a weekday, not a weekend, pack a lunch, and just let the kids run wild up there.
It's so romantic. I mean, it's so dreamy looking, right? The scenes are amazing. Let's go to St. George for your next kid-friendly hike. Tell us about White Rocks Trailhead.
Yes, so I call it White Sands, and so we couldn't find it. So White Sands is what I call it, White Rock Trailhead. So this one is so fun because, like I said, there's a real fun reward at the end for kids. It's very moderate. You start out on a trail and you kind of walk through some sand, and then you start to climb up some white rocks, and then you get to this giant white sand hill. So you take off your shoes, the kids can get, it feels kind of cold.
Amazing.
And it's very shaded in the afternoon, which in southern Utah is hard to find.
Yeah.
And it's white sand. They can roll down it, they can run down it, I've seen sleds up there. And so it's about a half a mile in, half a mile out, simple, and it's so fun. And then they're still moving and running, and it's outside the park. So Snow Canyon requires a pass, right?
Right.
Well, this one is outside the park if you continue up the highway just next to it. And so you don't have to pay a park entrance fee, but you get to see how all the surrounding fun of it.
Just the sensory experience, too, of toes in the sand.
I know.
I mean, you had me.
I even take off my shoes, and it's so fun to feel and run up and down with the kids. It's a blast.
Next category, iconic hikes. What do you mean by iconic?
I mean, when you say it's like everybody knows about that.
Okay, so Tim.
Yeah. Timpanogos.
Yeah.
So here's the thing is people are like, okay, out of my wheelhouse. I'm not hiking 16.8 miles to the top of Tim.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
16.8?
It's aggressive. It's considered in the hard category.
Okay.
But what I want to say is that if you feel like that's never going to happen for you, Timp at any mile marker is gorgeous. So even if you wanted to do 5 miles of it and turn around, there are wildflower fields, there are waterfalls along the way. And did you actually know there's 2 ways to do Timp?
No.
So there's American Fork Canyon where you can start, and that's the regular 16.8 miles. And then if you go from Aspen Grove, it's 6 miles to the summit, but it's straight up. Straight up, yeah. So there's 2 ways to do it. Some people like to start at midnight and hike and get there at sunrise, which you got to really sacrifice your sleep.
I would never, but
you are not recovering from that.
Those people. Bell Canyon made your list.
Yes. So I actually hadn't been to that until last year was my first time, and I've been missing out. So this is at the base of Little Cottonwood Canyon in Sandy, and the reward is so great. It's moderate. The beginning starts out a little steep, but I went with a bunch of girlfriends last year. We got up early, 6 a.m., met at the trailhead, And at the end of it has the most amazing waterfall. I love a good reward at the end.
Yeah.
Most of these hikes I'll have a good. It's like the kind where if you like go down to watch it, it's like kind of spraying you off.
Amazing.
And there's like a lake along the way. And it's so cool that these gems are right here in our backyard. It's like literally there's houses next to the trailhead.
All right, tell me about Lake Mary. I don't feel like I hear about this one as often.
Okay, so Lake Mary is up just by Silver Lake. So you actually start in the Brighton Ski Resort.
Oh, okay.
Right there. And you can go up. It's short but steep. So I've done it with my kids. To get up to Lake Mary is about, I think, 1.5 miles. Don't quote me on these, guys. Go look it up. And then it's the most beautiful, like the scenery is so stunning. You get out and all of a sudden there's this lake up there surrounded by trees, waterfalls, all this stuff. But you can keep going. And after that is Lake Catherine. And then continue up, it's Twin Lakes. So you can continue up or you can stop at that Lake Mary. And it's just like this little hidden lake up there.
It's sort of choose your own adventure. Like how
which
far
I
do you wanna
like.
go?
Sometimes you don't have time to go that far and you just want to do it.
Angel's Landing made your iconic list.
Well, you know, so this is what I say, that's in Zion's National Park. So if you're going to go, you have to get a parks pass. You might need to get transportation. They take buses up. If you are scared of heights, I'm telling you, only do the first part. So there's about 21 switchbacks. That part is good. And then you can stop if you feel like you're not the adventurous type.
Take a breath.
Because if not, it's about 1 mile left and you are holding onto chains. It's dropping off on both sides. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Yeah. All right, finally, Antelope Island. Let's move, though, to your to-do list. These are a couple hikes you say in your lifetime you totally want to take on. Wind Caves in Logan.
Yeah, so I actually haven't been to this one. So this summer, who wants to come with me? You can
I'm in.
Let's do it. Let's bring a camera crew. So Wind Caves was for sure the most voted for Logan. And it's basically a 4-mile moderate hike. And every review, every person said the view at the end is spectacular. But what's cool is as you're going along the trail, there are rock formations, different rock formations, which I think was created through wind on the rocks.
How amazing is that? And Canaraville Falls, you're doing that this summer?
Well, I've done that one.
Oh,
so we've done Canaraville Falls, but I think everyone should put it on. So it's just, it's outside of St. George, but that one you need like water shoes and swimsuits. So you are literally walking through water. So it's cold.
I've wanted to do this one.
It's cold your feet. We carried our kids through some of it because their feet are freezing. But it's usually hot in St. George. You're going through like the kind of like you're in the Narrows,
that
but you don't have to be there.
Yeah.
And at the end there are man-made like water slides, little waterfalls. You can play and the adventure is so much fun.
I love that we're talking about this early. For some it might be a little too cold, like you acknowledged, to get out there now, but I think to have this list of hikes to take on throughout the summer, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, like May to October is the most prime Utah hiking, I think.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Emily, for being our tour guide. We'll post the list on our website too, studio5.ksl.com.